So I want to go over with you how a firm maximizes their profit. And so we're going to kind of go over all of the cost concepts and then put this stuff into the graph. And so profit is just total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue comes from selling the bottles in the example in the book. Total cost is always fixed cost plus variable cost. In this case, the fixed cost is the capital and the variable cost is the labor. They have it backwards in this. The firm must know about both revenues and costs in order to maximize profits. So these were the bottles you were given. The fixed cost was $40. That was the payment to the bottle making machine. And the variable cost was the wages to the workers. So $12 a day was what he was paying each worker. And so for however many workers you hire, multiply that by 12, and that's going to be your variable cost. And so the total cost is simply fixed cost plus variable cost. You get these two, add them up, and you're going to get the total cost. But now the marginal cost is the change in total cost divided by the change in output. So this 15 cents here is going to be 12, the change in total cost, divided by 80, the change in output. This next one, 10, is the change in total cost, 12, divided by this change in output, which is 120. And so previously the marginal cost was just the change in total cost, but now we need to remember to divide the change in total cost by the change in output. Previously the change in output was always 1, so dividing the total cost by 1 just gave us the change in total cost. But now we really have to make sure to remember to divide by the change in output. And so all these numbers here are going to be 12, because that's how much the total cost changes in every one of these cells, divided by the corresponding change in output. So 12 divided by 80, 12 divided by 120, 12 divided by 60, 12 divided by 40, 12 divided by 30, 12 divided by 20, and 12 divided by 12. Okay, so then how does a firm maximize profits? It turns out that the profit maximizing rule is this right here, where price equals marginal cost. And this is going to be really easy to see out of the table. So firms can make losses in the short run. This is something that I need to point out. Some firms will continue to operate if they're making losses, but some firms are going to continue operating even though they're making losses. And this is because of the fixed cost. And so you're going to continue to operate if your losses are less than if you shut down. And it turns out that that happens only if revenues are less than the variable cost, or P times Q is less than variable cost. But we can rearrange this, as we'll see, in the average variable cost, and that shutdown condition becomes shut down if price is less than average variable cost. And so this is going to be really easy to see in the graphs once I put all this information in the graph. Understand that average variable cost is just variable cost divided by quantity, and average total cost is just total cost divided by quantity. So firm is profitable if price is greater than average total cost. And so now we've got all that information that we worked on before sitting here in this table, and this is all in your book. And so these cost curves are really what's important when it comes down to identifying what's going on with a firm's individual cost, or with an individual firm's cost. So let's take this example as our starting point. The price in this example is 20 cents per bottle, and remember, these competitive firms are price takers, so they don't have any option to choose the price. They only get to choose quantity. And the quantity they're going to choose to maximize profits is going to be right here where price meets marginal cost. So 260 bottles is going to be their profit maximizing quantity. At that level, their average total cost is 12 cents. It's really important to know that we read these graphs vertically. So once you get your quantity here, you have to track down vertically to get your average total cost and your average variable cost at this level. If we were at a different price, then price would cross marginal cost at a different place, and we would have a different total cost and variable cost. So in this case, the firm is earning positive profit, and remember, profit is quantity, this Q, times price minus average total cost, this equation right here. And so price is 20 cents, average total cost is 12, so 20 minus 12 is 8 cents. 8 cents times 260 bottles a day is going to give us our profit. And so 8 cents times 260 gives me $20.80 of profit a day. Now, see what happened here is the price went lower. And so at this price, they're going to maximize profits where price crosses marginal cost. That's here. But at this level, their average total cost is higher than their price. And so price minus average total cost is going to be a negative number, which means their profit is going to be negative. So now, negative 2 cents times 180 is going to give us negative $3.60 a day in profit. So looking at these graphs, you can clearly tell where all your ranges are. If the price is above this level, then you know price is going to be above average total cost, and the profit will be positive. If profit is in between, or if the price is in between average variable cost and average total cost, so somewhere in between this range, the firm will make negative profit, but they will stay in business. And so this middle range here, in between the minimum of average total cost and the minimum of average variable cost, this is the negative profit zone, but the firm will still stay in business. And now the last region is anything below the minimum average variable cost. And if the price is less than average variable cost, we know the firm is going to shut down. So if the price was anything less than this point here, the firm will simply shut down and stay out of business. But anything above that, the price will continue to operate in the short run. And if the price manages to get above this level, then the firm will earn positive profit. So hopefully this little lesson helped you understand how we get these curves and then how we can use these curves to understand profit, losses, and where the firm will shut down or not.